Hi friends, this is Chris with Peace of Mind, Art and Crafts. And today I'm just going to kind of take you along as I work on some snippet strips and some snippet rolls. These will be out of paper, and I might use some fabric in between, but for the most part they'll be made out of paper and lace and things like that. I do need to make some more slow stitch rolls, and I will do that at a later time. But I thought I'd do these today. These are a little bit quicker. Also, while I'm tearing these strips, and I'm tearing them about maybe 2 inches or so, 2.5, 3 inches, however wide you want them. I am working on a new slow stitch kit, and it's called House by the Sea, and it is going to be coming up soon. I need to get it to the point where I can show it on camera and still have it ready to put in my Etsy shop. It's going to be similar to the one that is the English cottage. It's going to be similar to that one, so it can be used with that one or separately. So I'm just kind of tearing these strips and using my tear ruler. It's a little bit easier. Now I can either join these strips into a roll, or I can use them individually. I will, of course, save this paper. It's great for a border for something. And I also have, that I found in a drawer the other day, some rolled paper. Now this is not sticky. If it was sticky, then I could probably use the back of it to stick things down, but since it's not sticky, I'm just going to use it as is. It just came in a roll like this. I think I got it at Joann's at one point. I'm not super sure on that, but I think it's probably not available anymore, this particular pattern. But I'm going to use this also in these, and I have a box here, and some of you have seen before where I buy these little soaps to have in the bathroom, and I use them. And then when the box is empty, then I use the boxes to throw in all my little snippets of things here and there that as I work, I get these little snippets of things, lace and ribbon and paper and fabric and whatever else. So I will use those on these snippets. Now I'm going to call these snippet strips. And then if I want to, after I make a strip, I can tape them together, or glue them together on the back. So let's start out with this one. I'm going to use a glue stick. Now you can also, trying to find my glue stick. Oh, I know. Excuse me. Excuse me, camera. I just hit you. I used the last one the other day, so I do need to get out a new glue stick. It really doesn't matter what brand of glue stick you use. Just so you know, it works to hold down, and I use pretty much the Elmer's. And let's see, I don't know if this happens. Yeah, this happens to be purple, which is fine. It dries clear. I find sometimes it's more economical to get this kind, because when school starts and they have the school supplies, they often have this on sale for a really good price. So I pick up a few packages. Let's see. I'm just going to kind of go to my box here. It doesn't matter where I start. I'm going to put some glue down here. Now, like I said, you can sew these after you're finished, and that will add to the stability. You don't have to sew them. Usually what I do is after I finish them, before I put on any three-dimensional items like charms or so on, then I usually sew them down each side. Like I'd sew down this side towards the edge, not right on the edge, and then on this side. And you can just sew them down the middle and meander on your sewing. That will work too. So right now I'm just kind of putting in some pieces that I might use for the background. And the reason I use the music sheet is so that that can peek through and be part of the background on here. And I'm going to put this little edge. This is actually from a roll of ribbon, but it is paper. It looks like fabric, but it is paper. Okay. I just have so many things in here. It's kind of fun. Here's a sewing machine. I put that on somewhere. This is very simple to do. And it, like I said, it's a great stash buster of your various little pieces and stuff that you save that you don't know what to do with otherwise. Make snippets out of them. Just a piece of fabric. I'll put that across. And I like it because it's kind of unraveled on that edge. You could unravel it some more if you want. And you don't have to put everything on straight, like straight here and then the next one straight. You know, turn it at kind of an angle and try it that way. And it can overhang on the sides as well. This is just kind of basic snippet making. I have got just a nice piece of fabric there. I've got a show coming up that's going to be at the Foothills Art Center in Golden. Any of you that live close to Denver, the Denver area, it's a great show. It's called the Holiday Art Market, and I do it every year. I use some fabric scissors on this since it doesn't seem to be tearing very well. I do the show every year, and I think I've done it for almost 20 years, probably about 18 or 19 years. Let's see, let's put this down here. And I will list it on the down below in the See More section, where it says C-S-E-E more. Then you can hit that, and then it'll take you down and show you any more comments that didn't fit on the screen going across on my videos. I would love it if you would stop by. I'm not going to be there the whole time. I'll be there kind of maybe once a week. It runs for like 6 weeks. Runs through December 29th. And even after Christmas, they have sales there, so that would be good. I don't want to... I'm going to put some here. Now, I'm going to just leave this kind of hanging over. And then as I come to maybe using that snippet, maybe I might want to cut it off. That would be fine as well. I'm looking for my other glue. I don't think this is going to hold this down. It might hold it down a little bit. Let's see. Okay, but as you go along, if you have something that's a little bit heavier, you might want to use your art glitter glue on that. Or if you have a piece of fabric that the glue stick doesn't seem to quite do the trick, then you can use your art glitter glue. The thing about using the glue stick is if you are going to sew it, the glue stick makes a very thin layer that's very easy to sew over, versus sometimes a white glue or for sure the fabric tack will add too much bulk underneath and might even gum up your sewing machine needle. And here's a little stone, kind of like that. Might cut this with my scissors to make it more of a circular shape. See, now this is where I used the last of this fabric the other day, and I just had this tiny piece left, and it isn't a whole sun symbol. But I had enough of it left to show what it was, so that if I put it here, it works perfectly. And of course, I'm not wasting anything. Okay. And I'll just continue on adding things. I like that lace because it goes with this. Maybe I'll put it over here on the side. I think I will. Okay. And if your glue gun gets a little bit sticky, you just need to get yourself a wet wipe and kind of clean as you go. You can also just clean your fingers. If you don't have any wet wipes, just get a paper towel and then get it wet and then wring it out so it's damp. That works good too. And then you can press down with the wet wipe on the glue. Like I said, this glue will dry. Take some of it off the back here. This glue will dry clear. Okay. Oh, I have a little flower. I could put that there. That actually would maybe be a spot for a little bit of art glitter glue or white glue, some kind that you have. Let's see, where do I want this? I think here. You can also add any other kind of flowers and gems and so on. If you are going to sew, you might want to wait. Like I said at the beginning, you might want to wait till after you sew to add anything that's dimensional or chunky or you know, because you don't want to go over it like that. You can also use ribbon that you ruffle. Maybe it's already ruffled, or you can ruffle it as you work with it. Let's see what else I have here. I like to save these things too. These are fun for, you know, the bottom of the salvage of the fabric. These are fun to get some letters in there. Also, this is very relaxing. It's kind of almost like slow stitching, because you're going to be cutting it up most likely anyway. You don't really need to work on it as far as getting it perfect or anything like that. So you would just need to just... I actually like... Sorry for interrupting myself. I do that a lot. You guys do that? And I also talk to myself. I kind of would like to have maybe some of this writing on the music sheet show through. So I'm not going to cover that right now. I'm just going to like put this lace over the top of it. Maybe a tiny bit of the art glitter glue to hold it down a little bit better. It's okay on that end. Okay, I kind of come to the end on that. I can still add more onto it. Let me try a piece of this pretty paper. And if I want to just work on just a plain background, I can turn it over and use it on the side that doesn't have the flowers on it. That's just plain white. Let's see. I mean, I could probably make 10 of these and still not use all the stuff that's in that box. Okay, put that there. This is just a piece of ribbon. It said love on it. And on this, you can let the flowers show through or not. And keep in mind that you are going to be cutting these most likely. If you do put anything on, like for instance, like if you put this bunny on, you might want to keep in mind that you're probably going to be maybe cutting it up here, maybe down here. So you want to have the whole bunny showing, in other words, when you cut it. And those of you that don't do the sewing, that's fine. You don't have to sew. If you don't sew, you might go back after you have finished it and take your art glitter glue and tack it down in places where it's coming up, like for instance here. The sewing that I do on here will cover over that and help make it stay down. But if you're not sewing, then you put a little extra glue here and there. Excuse me. Or even after you get your little snippets cut into pieces, you can glue down the edges that aren't quite. Oh, that's kind of pretty. I'll put that there. And I put something over the top of that. There's a pretty snippet. Don't worry about this stuff. Just put it down. Don't worry about it being perfect or anything like that. It doesn't have to be. And if you get something on there and you decide you don't like it, take it off. You don't have to keep it on there. And like you saw, I cut off a piece of that ribbon because basically it wasn't fitting on there. Okay. It's Eiffel Tower. I don't know if that'll fit on there. Part of it will, I think. And I cut it off so that this still shows. I can probably use that somewhere else as well. And you'll notice that this is like the salvage edge of the fabric, and it had these little, those little dots in there. But it's still good to use on something like this. You can put little snippets of lace in there. Now you notice this is getting, this is getting fairly long. Basically I want to keep it long so that I can roll it up. Because usually the way I store it is I store it on one of my, let me reach this, sorry for my reach. I store it on one of my look-alike wooden spools that I make out of cardboard and paper. And then I can wrap it around. I'll show you when I get it finished, when I get it sewed. I can wrap it around one of these spools, like so, and then whenever I need to have a snippet from somewhere, then I can get my rule out and check on it and cut off a little piece that I can use. Okay, I'll try to remember to link that the video where I showed you how to make those wooden look spools out of cardboard. So look in the area below, and I should have the link down there. Just put this lace all the way down, shall we? And I think I like the way this peeks out. The flowers in the background peek out of the lace. These little pieces. Okay. This. else do I have? Oh, I have this pretty purple lace. Like that. Okay, that's getting kind of runny. I'm going to pick up some of that glue. Let's pick it up with my finger. There we go. Now to determine where I want to cut that off, I might, I'll probably turn it this way. Oops, I did use my good scissors for that. I better wipe them off. And I still have this piece of purple lace out here. See if I want it on here. I think I do. There we go. And these strips also that I'm making can be used for like down the side of a page, and I wouldn't cut them until you decide what page you're going to use them on and what, you know, what journal and so on. I'm going to cut this off a little bit. Or you could use it for a belly band as well. Oh, they're just so fun. And of course I have all kinds of embellishments and flowers and things like that that I can add after I sew them down. Oh, this is cute, this little table and chairs. Even this snippet that says Paris, I think I'll put that on first. It is not even in camera. Let me put it in camera. It's hard to believe Thanksgiving's coming up, isn't it? Man. Okay. And then I think I'll skip down a little ways, because I kind of like that flower showing through a little bit, that flower background. And then I have, see how I have this lace, and then I have that. Okay, and you can just keep going until your heart's content, until you get tired or you need to move on to something else. I'm sure that I will. Like that. I'm just going to put that all the way down. And I'll put some things on top of it, but go. And see, didn't that turn out pretty where that lace shows through? down at the bottom of this one, so I'll go ahead and finish up here. Once you get the idea how easy this is to do and relaxing. Hope you'll try it. There's many other journalers or journal makers that show this on their videos also. But I just thought since I needed some and I was going to come along and show you how to make them. I do have other videos that show you how to make them as well. I hope that you have a wonderful week and take care. Peace of mind. Bye now.